Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sweating Geography YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be going over with you guys the three, or what I believe to be three, if not the three best ways to learn geography, cities or just geography in general, in 2025, and maybe just an extra one. Maybe I'll need to update this video in a minute, or in a year or something, but once I find some more methods, but I think these three methods will stand for quite a while. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. So, I'm gonna get off of this god-awful scene because I know it's half green screen and half real world. So, breaking the matrix here. But when we go on here, so we've got what I think is kind of our first thing I want to talk about. So, here we have the City Quiz Comprehensible Database. So, what this is essentially a gigantic Google Doc containing every single city contained in the website cityquiz.io. If you're not aware what cityquiz.io is, boy, do you need to figure that out, because that is a hugely helpful site in learning cities and naming cities and all that kind of stuff. But this database is huge. I will link this doc in the description. So basically, what it's used for. It is used especially if you are looking to learn like every town in a certain region. So if I wanted to go in here, I press Control F, and then I want to find Philippines, which I've already had this prepared. So Philippines, I can go in and I can press whole country. And if I wanted to learn 4,142 cities in the Philippines, that's what I can do. But for some people who aren't as quite insane, you can go by population. So there's one here listed. This is only generally for countries or bigger countries, but you'll have all 100K plus cities, which are the 96. So basically, what you would kind of do here is click on this link and just kind of cycle these cities. And the great thing about this compared to Jetpunk is you can adjust the dot sizes. So we can set this to tiniest, and for gigantic areas like Manila, which are otherwise pretty much impossible to try to see all the little cities in, we can go to tiniest, and now we can kind of see all of those, which is great. So yeah, we can use that to our advantage. We can just go, okay, Jolo, Zamboanga, Muracay, Padigian, repeat that a couple times, and get a couple in your head, make a shape, repeat it, and then open your own city quiz tab and try to do them yourselves. Now, a lot of people prefer Jetpunk over this, but I think if you actually want to make your learning long-term and a lot more secure, especially if you're doing more obscure things like learning every city and area, this is much better, and sometimes the only option. For example, I have learned every single place in Montana, of which there are 498, and I used this method for it. And it makes it a lot harder sometimes because it doesn't actually tell me when I'm doing my own city quiz where all the cities are. So you have to have it a lot more secure and ingrained in your brain. So it might take longer, but it's going to end up staying in your head for a much longer period of time, and you're going to know them better. So that's something. Also, I guess I did just kind of tease that video. That'll be coming soon. So yeah. On to our next method. We have Jetpunk, of course. So like Jetpunk, there are problems with Jetpunk. Jetpunk doesn't have all the quizzes in the world, although the reason I chose Jetpunk over Sporkle, I'll talk about that first, is because one, Jetpunk is far less laggy. Two, because it looks way cooler and way better. And three, because it has way more geography quizzes. Sporkle, the way it's set up, it's a big struggle, and it takes so much longer to learn with Sporkle. This is because, when you finish a quiz on Sporkle, all of the answers that you didn't type in or got wrong or whatever pop up. They're there for you, even on a map quiz. So like if you did every city or like every actual like incorporated city in the UK, and then you finish the quiz, all the 5 that you missed are going to pop up already. And you don't get the option to just hover over them to pop up. That basically means that if you want to like practice again, you have to do the entire quiz. And that sucks, frankly, because with Jetpunk, what I've got here, the St. Lucia 100 cities quiz, which is frankly quite silly, I can just go, okay, Dennery, La Pointe, Laquais, and then, okay, Dennery, La Pointe, Laquais, and I don't have to reset it every time, because otherwise they're right there, and you're not really doing anything. So yeah, that's why Jetpunk is better than Sporkle. It has a lot more quizzes, a lot less laggy, system is better for learning. But yeah, that's the Jetpunk spiel. You have so many quizzes. If you ever don't know what to learn, or you're like looking for the 100 cities or whatever, something to entertain you for your day, search up this guy called Autofly, sorry. Some of his quizzes are a little bit sketchy because he makes a lot of them in a short period of time. But on his quizzes or his profile, there's so many great quiz makers. A lot of these are completely unnoticed, but 100 biggest cities, I think his goal is to do 100 biggest cities in every country that's possible. So that's really cool. You also got quiz makers like Vicky, who are absolutely amazing quiz makers. 12 on the site right now. But yeah, a ton of these are great to learn. Jeremy also makes amazing quizzes. Yeah, he's 67th on the site. Some of them are different languages, but like he has a lot of the ones that are like every city. So like every city in Texas he has, like, this stuff's really, really high quality. I would highly recommend his quizzes if you're getting into like big, like every city stuff, especially in the US. But yeah, and on to our last method. So those ones were a little bit more well known. This one I use quite frequently, but I've never really seen other people do it. So this is the QB Reader database. So QB Reader, if you're not aware, QB stands for Quiz Bowl. It is a site in which you can do single player or multiplayer, and the bot will read you Quiz Bowl questions from a set of from a database of literally millions of questions, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of questions that have occurred and been in thousands of Quiz Bowl textbooks. So, and competitions, of course. So the great thing about this, you can always practice on single player, multiplayer, totally fine. But what I find is the most effective is the database. So if you come up right here, you can find the database and go in here. And what you can do is essentially search for a topic. So we want to go categories, select geography or history, depending on whatever you want to research on here. It's all there pretty much. And then you can go, we want all text, we want to set this to answer. And then we can just query in, like if I want to learn about Chicago, we search the 19 questions with answer Chicago, or like answers relating to Chicago, basically. Some of them are not, like Northwest Indiana, sure, not really. But yeah, like tons of these are just Chicago, and you have so much stuff about it. It's really great. Like you go in here, just kind of read through these. Location was okay. Boom, 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 boom. Cloud Gate. What's Cloud Gate? You look Cloud Gate up. You figure it out. It's in your brain now. Navy Pier. What's Navy Pier? Look it up. Like, it's great. Sometimes it's a little bit more boring, but if you enjoy like structures and stuff and actually learning about the places and what's in them, what culturally they have, food, people, whatever, literally anything that's not just the name of the city or the place, physical feature, it has everything. This is great. Absolutely amazing way to learn, especially if you're into B stuff, like if you're into academic competitions, IEC. I do this all the time. And I got 10th at nationals last year, so that, I think that's a validity, I guess. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little quick video. I will see you tomorrow with a video that I'm not actually sure yet what it'll be. So see you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Join the Discord, subscribe. Oh wait, I lied. You see how there's more time in the video? Speaking of join the Discord, I was going to do this. So Discord, actually a really freaking good tool for geography learning. Genuinely so good. There are tons of Discords out there. Jake Lyons is his Lions Den. There's a ton of these ones here. La League, the GeoGuessr one's good. Jetpunk, City Quiz, they all have great Discord servers, right? I'd join all of them if I were you. But ours is really good, the one for this channel. So we have a really active community on there, and there's tons of really good stuff. Like we've got, so this is the geography channel. You can see like tons of messages coming through here. It's great. Like all these math people just talking about cities and city data and everything, sharing their little achievements and all that. But what I actually think is the most helpful for learning cities is our daily things and weekly things. So we have a weekly quiz. This thing is like basically you can like name cities competitively to an extent, which is kind of just a cool thing I thought would be nice. And Refop and I think Scratch Pencil is now, yeah, Scratch Pencil is hosting it now. Yeah, you can do all this. I haven't played the past couple weeks because I've been busy uploading videos, but you know, takes maybe like 30 minutes to complete the quiz. It's really great. I'd recommend trying that out. And daily cities. So we do these every day, maybe not consistently every day, but it's close at least. And yeah, we go through these. This is on day 356. This has been going for a year now, which is crazy. But yeah, very long coming series here. And yeah, every day you'll get one of these on King Gates, like these cities you otherwise probably won't hear of. And sometimes you'll get big ones too. Like we have like gear here that I made on 6.9 here. So yeah, gear, research about that. And then we go to pretty much the same thing, but for physical features. Like you have little archipelagos in here, lakes, Mulihui, which is the highest point in Denmark, a lot of random little stuff. And then you got daily superlative. This one is new. It's only on its 23rd day, and it's just about the world's biggest and best, kind of. So like this is today was the most active volcano, and yesterday was the oldest piece of written music. The day before that was world's oldest zoo, which I've actually been to. Yeah, and like on all of these, you can always react like, have you ever heard of, and have you ever been to, blah blah blah. But yeah, really cool. That was kind of like a little extra method I thought I'd share with you, which is it was kind of a self promo, I'll admit, but I actually do think it can help with your geography stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Finally, now a real outro. Have a good one, guys, and as always, me.